Afternoon everybody, I am Detective Inspector John von den Heuvel. I'm the Wellington District Crime Services Manager. I'll provide you a brief summary of what has occurred and then invite you to ask questions at the end. At approximately 3:15 p.m. yesterday, Tuesday the 10th of December, police received calls from members of the public that a person had been shot outside an address in Seddon Street, Naenae. The police patrol was not far away at the time and arrived at the scene very quickly to find a male injured lying on the road. The officers immediately applied first aid on this man, but sadly his injury was fatal and he died at the scene. It is apparent the victim's injury has been caused by gunshot. The victim was a 39-year-old male from Wainuiomata. Police are not yet able to publicly name him, as I'm sure you can understand. The process of advising family and next of kin is still underway. We hope to be able to publicly name him in the next day or so though. And our thoughts and condolences are with family and friends at this most difficult time of their loss. Witnesses report a brief verbal altercation had taken place between the victim and another male prior to the shooting occurring. The male involved left the scene with associates prior to police arrival. We are currently actively searching for them and following good lines of inquiry. This male is described as being approximately 30 years old, large build, with full facial tattoos. He was wearing dark clothing. If anyone knows who this person is and or their current whereabouts, we urge you to contact police immediately. Cordons were in place last night on Seddon Street until approximately 11:30 p.m. when the body of the deceased was taken away and the scene blessed by local iwi. While our investigation is still obviously very much in its early stages, we believe those involved had gang affiliations and are known to each other. We are asking the public to help us piece together the circumstances of what happened yesterday afternoon. In particular, we're asking anyone to come forward who has witnessed the event or seen any activity in the street prior to or afterwards. In particular, we are interested in sightings of a black 2008 Mercedes saloon vehicle, registration KRP 453. We know this vehicle was in the area at the time and believe the offender left in this vehicle. Last night, police recovered this vehicle at an address in Judd Crescent, Naenae, and sightings of the vehicle in Judd Crescent is also of immense interest to us. We're also asking residents in the central Naenae area with CCTV that may be street facing, in particular on Seddon Street and Judd Crescent, to contact police. If you have any information, no matter how big or small, we ask you to contact police. You can call us on 105. This operation is called Operation Ratio, and the file number is 24 12 10 3356. Alternatively, you can contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. Events like this are incredibly upsetting for our communities. There is currently an increased presence in the Naenae area, and we will maintain this for several days to come, and officers are also conducting reassurance patrols around the Naenae area. In saying all this, we believe though this is an isolated event between two parties known to one another. Although the male we are looking for shouldn't be approached, police do not believe there is any ongoing risk to the wider public. Happy to take your questions.
How quickly do you think it will take to find this scooter?
Well, we've been working through the night, and we're currently following some good lines of inquiry, and it's not possible to pinpoint exactly how long that would take. But we're obviously very keen and working hard to find him as soon as possible. I can confirm that our victim had links to gangs. I can't go into that detail yet, and we're still working to just confirm exactly who his associations were with.
If they had links to gangs, are you concerned about any revenge here within the gang community?
We're still piecing together what occurred. This does appear, though, to be an incident between known parties who are also gang associates or gang members. So if you're asking, is there likely to be retaliation, we don't see any information to lead us to believe that at this stage.
Do you mean that you don't believe they're from rival gangs? They're connected within the same gang?
Yeah, we know the people involved have linked to gangs, and we're still trying to unravel exactly what that looks like.
Are you able to say whether you think the shooter has been helped by people to keep him from being arrested?
Well, we know that the shooter had associates with him at the time, and he arrived and left in a vehicle, so clearly there is he hasn't acted alone in this, and so yes, he hasn't fronted up yet. I fully expect he's being helped.
How many associates?
At least 2, possibly more, but at least 2.
Do you know their criminal background for both the shooter and the victim?
Well, yes, of course, we are aware of that.
Can you go into it?
No, I can't.
Is there any suspicion that this could be connected to retribution or any possible suspected that the victim was enough previously?
We don't know what caused the altercation, the motive behind the shooting, why this group were associating with one another. That all formed part of the inquiry.
Just to confirm, that 2000 accident, which was recovered by police last night,
Yes.
was that the vehicle that the shooter and his associates escaped through?
Yes, we believe so.
Right, and what did you find in the vehicle?
We've towed the vehicle to a secure yard, and forensic examination is not complete yet.
And the vehicle was found in Judd Prison. Was
Yes.
that the home of the shooter?
It's found at an address that is linked to the person we're looking for.
Did any of the parties believed to be involved in this live on 7th Street?
We believe some lived in the Naenae area. Their exact address, I don't have that information with me right now.
Can you just take us through as much as you can, the timeline of events from 3:15 to, or was the victim then taken to hospital? What happened?
So the call came to us via multiple calls to 111, and just by coincidence, a patrol was very nearby, so only moments away, and when the police officers arrived, they attempted first aid and CPR, but it's quite clear that the victim had succumbed to his injuries at that stage, so he died at the scene, so we do, of course, what we do. We cordoned the scene, started speaking to witnesses to get an idea of what happened, made every attempt to protect the privacy of the victim, and then at about 11:30 last night, he was taken to the Wellington mortuary, where a post-mortem is yet to take place.
Was the weapon in the vehicle?
We haven't recovered the weapon.
Well, you did say you don't believe that. You did say it's an isolated incident, but because he's still in the community, should the public be worried?
Well, whilst this is apparently an incident that's escalated between known parties, the fact that we have it is a shooting and we haven't recovered the weapon and we haven't located those involved, there does remain a level of concern that's obvious while that situation exists. So, in saying that though, we don't believe the public are actually. This wasn't targeting the public. This was a contained or isolated incident between known parties. So that therefore reduces the risk to the general public.
It also happens at a time when kids are coming back from school. So, are you able to tell me what type of support those families who actually did witness receiving, what kind of help they're getting to process this trauma?
Yeah, so we've got a large presence in and around 7th Street since the get-go, and we'll maintain that. And part of our inquiries is knocking on each door to not only check to see if people have information for us, but also to check on their well-being and their wellness. And we'll work with our community constables and our community partners to make sure everyone is okay. Full facial tattoos, so covering his entire forehead and cheeks and chin. And just very. No, I can't be specific. Sorry.
And just lastly, what's your message to that man?
Make yourself known. Come and see us as sooner the better, and help us understand what's occurred.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.